Period. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all's stuffed shells. And today we did not use beef. We didn't. Because beef, sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but to me, beef just doesn't give me that ooh ah sensation that I like. Beef just very much, I'm not a fan. Unless it's a cheeseburger or a steak or a Philly cheesesteak. But when it comes to like lasagnas and stuff, oh girl. Yeah, not a fan. So we use chicken pasta sauce. Oh, that's so good. And yeah, stuffed it with ricotta, parmesan. I put a layer of cheese at the bottom of the sauce, the chicken sauce. Topped it with some parmesan and some Mexican style cheese. Yes. And I let it cool, so I'm not up here like. Y'all, let's go. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop smiling so I can tell y'all what I'm thinking, but. Baby, this is probably the best pasta I've ever made in my life. It is actually. This is so good. I let it cool for like 35 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's still hot. I'm not even gonna fry it. This is fire. So you guys, update. I might be staying in this neighborhood even though my lease is running its course because my rent isn't gonna really go up that much if I stay. And I'm also, maybe this is a mistake I'm making. I don't know. I'm also being hopeful because all of my loud neighbors, well, not all of them, two of them in particular, I know when the moratorium, well, the moratorium is up now, but I know now that it's up, I'm pretty sure they're going to get evicted. But I did find out that the area that I live in, the county extended the moratorium, or not extended the moratorium, but gave residents 2 more months before they can be evicted, even if they didn't pay their rent through all of COVID, which I'm certain my 2 neighbors to my left that just be loud all day, I'm certain they ain't been paying their rent. So hopefully they'll get evicted. I know that sounds bad, y'all, but like if you understand the headache, if you understood the headache of me, my roommate, and everybody around us, they're just constantly loud. They not when they go upstairs, they don't walk upstairs. They stomp, run upstairs, and they slam their door every single time. And they go up and downstairs all day long. So all day, my unit is shaking and it's loud, and it's right by my roommate's door. Like, they kept him up all night last night from slamming the door, to the point that he had to actually go leave a note on their door, like, could y'all be a little more cautious of your neighbors, because, excuse me, it was like 12:45 and they just kept stomping up and down the stairs, and multiple people going in and out, and that's your business. But every time they went in and out, they slammed the door, and his room was shaking, and I could hear it from my room. I had the TV on. But I don't know. Hopefully the end of this moratorium gonna get rid of them. But in any case, this might be a mistake I'm making, but I think I'm gonna stay here because my rent is really cheap. Well, it's not cheap, but compared to the rest of Atlanta, ricotta tastes so much better cooked. Than it does when it's just sitting there. Cold. I can't tell if this is too bright or if the light is too bright. Okay, no, that's good. I think I might get LASIK one day, you guys. I so envy people who just naturally have really good vision. Oh God, this is fire. Forgot to get my thumbnail, but well. Chicken tastes so much better than beef. I don't understand. I feel like people don't feel me when I say that. Like, for years I've been telling people, like, I feel like if you make lasagna, it would taste better with chicken instead of beef. And nobody ever really agrees with me. I guess it's just one of those things people can't think outside of the tradition of it. But it tastes so much better. Maybe one day I'll give you guys a tour of my house. Because my house looks like a museum. The entryway looks or is rather, an Egyptian chamber. The living room is a French Victorian lounge. The dining area, which we really haven't put much effort into that yet, but we call that the culture pavilion. Excuse me. My roommate's bedroom gives gothic, scary Victorian. It looks like it should have a damn ghost that's a little girl in there. His bathroom is like an African theme. My bedroom, which is also undone, it's not complete yet. It's like a hodgepodge of Asian cultures, particularly the Ming Dynasty from China. And my bathroom is like rainforesty feng shui. So it's a vibe every day. Be cool, don't smoke. Ding, 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 ding. What is that from? Is that from the Dare campaign from the 90s? Maybe early 2000s? Be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool, don't smoke. Ain't none of them campaigns work on me. By the time I hit the 6th grade, I was drinking, smoking, doing drugs. I was on the block. All my friends was seniors in high school or older. I was grown out here. By the time I got to high school, I was not on the same frequency or wavelength as my compatriots. And I was kind of an introvert in high school because of that reason. Like, everybody just seemed so dumb to me. So dumb and childish and like, this is what y'all trying to do to be cool? I'm off that already. Been there, done that. I was off that in the 7th grade. Y'all here shaming y'all parents doing this? And y'all how old? I was on a way different wavelengths. Had friends that was crackhead. I had one friend that I don't know how she's doing. Hopefully she's doing well. But when I was like 11, I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know if any of her families or any of my chewies. But at the time when I was a kid, I didn't know. But she was a crackhead. She didn't really act like a crackhead. Because, you know, all of my friends knew where we all walk around the block. We would chill, we smoke, we drink, we, hanging out. And she was functional as hell. When she was a lesbian. And one day she ended up pregnant. Which confused me as a kid. Because I'm like, girl, you more butch than me. How are you pregnant? How does that work? But, I mean, just because somebody's butch don't necessarily mean they full-blown lesbian. Or, I don't know what the situation was. I'm not even going to assume or try to put nothing on it because I don't know. But in any case, again, at the time I didn't know. And mind you, I'm 11. One day she and her friends went to a liquor store or went somewhere. I think it was a liquor store. She was like, watch my baby for me. I watched the baby for her. Take the baby to my mom's house. Sit the baby in the back of the house in my sister's bedroom. My two sisters shared a room at the time. So there were two beds. Sit the baby on my younger sister's bed. And, I'm just rubbing his head and soothing him and making formula and, taking care of the baby as much as I think I know how to as an 11-year-old. And then out of nowhere, y'all, and I'm sorry if this is TMI, but I don't even know how the hell I got on this tangent. But out of nowhere, the baby was just like, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm panicking. Like, I'm picking him up and I'm rubbing him and I'm like rubbing his stomach and rubbing his head. And like, my heart is beating out of my body because I don't know what the hell. First of all, I ain't know nothing about babies in the first place, let alone a crack baby. And that's not shade and that's not a joke. That's not being funny. That's an actual term. I didn't know it at the time until I told my other friends and they told me that's why the baby was acting like that. But that was a whole crack baby that I was babysitting. And it could have went so bad. Thankfully, my mom came home. And I was trying to hide it. Like, she was like, what are you doing back here in your sister's room? It was in our sister's room. And I walked out of the room real fast. I was like, nothing, just sitting here. The room feels cool. So I'm just, relaxing. She goes to her room and closes her door. Or I think I closed her door. But I don't remember how her door got closed. But it was probably me. Door got closed and I went to my sister's room, which was directly across the hall from my mom's room. And I tried to quietly close the door. And I closed the door and I'm in there with the baby. And the baby started doing that sound again. And it sounded like a hiccup. Like it sounded like how somebody's like that. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was like kind of like gasping for air while hiccuping. And my mom heard it. She was like, Gabriel, what is that? So she came to the room and she was like, whose baby is this? And I was like, it's my friend. She told me to watch her baby. She was like, she told you to watch her baby while she went to the store? And I was like, yeah. And she was just taken aback. Like, she could not believe that this grown woman, and she was in her 20s. She was like probably like 28 at the time. She could not believe that this grown woman left her baby with a child. And, you know, thinking back, I'm not going to say I can't believe it either, because I do understand why. You know, when you're on drugs, you aren't thinking clearly. You do things that you typically wouldn't do, and crack changes the personality of anybody that decides to participate in it. You just become a different person. But yeah, my mom was so disturbed. And of course she nursed the baby until my friend came back. And my friend came back. My mom made sure that my friend saw that my mom was the one nursing the baby, and handed the baby to her. And I think my mom prayed for her or prayed with her. I mean, my mom is Mother Teresa. My mom will pray for your ass in a minute, okay? I remember this other time. This is the only situation in my childhood that I bullied somebody. And I'm ashamed of it. At the front of our neighborhood, there was this boy named Travis. And Travis was extremely effeminate. Like, he was... By the way, you already know I'm gay too, but... Travis was extremely effeminate, to the point that it didn't matter what he had on. It didn't matter who he was with. It didn't matter what conversation he was having. It didn't matter what the topic was. It didn't matter what day of the week it was. You knew Travis was gay, because Travis was extremely effeminate. There was this guy in my neighborhood, and he was just an instigator. He and his older brother, who was in his 20s, but at the time, the person I'm talking about, he was like 2 years older than me. But this guy, he used to always instigate fights. He used to always start stuff. He used to always create mischief and have all of the kids doing stuff that they would not even think of doing. Like, and you know, when you're a kid, you're impressionable. And me and my family, we from the country. Where we grew up before we moved to Virginia, we grew up in a little saved town. Everybody Christian. Everybody know each other. Everybody know each other business. Everybody know who you related to. So when we moved to Virginia, you know, we're trying to find friends and develop friends, and you're impressionable. So it's easy to get involved with the wrong crowd. And that is definitely what happened. And there was this guy, and he was just a shit starter. He always started problems in the neighborhood, like having all the kids do terrible stuff, vandalize stuff, break stuff, and breaking in people's houses. Like, he was thinking back as an adult, he was the definition of a delinquent. Like, he needed therapy because he involved I mean, we involved ourselves, honestly, but he was the mastermind behind all kind of fuck shit that nobody would have ever thought of participating in. But anyway, one of those things was picking on people. And I am solely responsible for that shit, or participating in it. When it came to Travis, and I feel so bad about it because Travis didn't bother nobody, and Travis didn't have no friends in the neighborhood. And I'm sure he felt alone because I think he came from a really Christian family. So I'm sure his family didn't understand that he was gay. And I'm sure his family didn't support that he was gay. And I'm sure they tried to make him feel like something was wrong with who he was as a person for being gay. And then here we go picking on his ass every day. This one particular day, I was just jonesing on his ass just because everybody else was doing it. And it was just so terrible thinking back. Like, I was really picking on this boy because he's gay, and my gay ass sitting here trying to be accepted by all these toxic ass little boys who have poor models of what a man is supposed to be at home. And then one day my mom, child, I'm just talking about all kind of shit that don't matter. It's not related to this food at all. One day, he told his mom, and then his mom brought him to our house, and my mom was livid. Like, she was like, you know I ain't raised you to be like that. And she didn't. Picking on people and talking about people, and you don't know what people going through and all that stuff. Everything she was saying was right, but I was just mad, and I felt bad, and I felt humiliated, and I also felt like a bad person, even as a kid, because she didn't raise us to be like that. But she made me hold hands with him, and she held hands with his mom. We were standing outside in front of our house, and my mom prayed. I was so humiliated as a kid. I was so humiliated. I was embarrassed. I was disgusted. I was so like, this is really what we're doing right now. You really got all my friends watching you. Really got all my friends watching me hold hands with the person we always picking on. And this is my life right now. I'm just out here crying and embarrassed. And all my friends out in the street on the block watching. And it was just humiliating. But thinking back, I think more than humiliation, I was just more so embarrassed that I did that to him. Because he didn't deserve that shit. And one day, coincidentally, I was on Tinder. This was years ago. I was on Tinder. And there he goes. His profile popped up. Or was it a different app? No, it wasn't Tinder. It wasn't Tinder. It was Grindr. And if you don't know what Grindr is, then I can't help you. Essentially, it's an app where gay people you find prospects of individuals that you may or may not want to meet for particular reasons, for adult activity. And one day he popped up and I inboxed him and I just like wrote a dissertation, an apology. Cause for years I've been trying to find him on Facebook to apologize and like right my wrong. But I could never find him on Facebook. And then one day he just popped up and I just wrote him this long ass message trying to apologize to him, and rightfully so, he did not respond, child. He did not respond. But I tried. I mean, I know I was wrong for picking on him that day. And, you know, I shouldn't have done that. And I tried. I mean, shit. I know I was wrong, but I tried to make it right. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this long ass video of me talk for so long after I was done eating. hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you know when I get a new video. Hit me up on Instagram at Hechew ASMR, as well as TikTok at Hechew ASMR. And you already know this shoe is here for you. And don't be judging me because you got a past too. And I'm sure some people in your past life that don't approve of everything that you've done in your life as well. Okay? Okay? So, before you try to cast judgment, think about the shit that you've done as well. All right, my camera about to die. I got 15 seconds. This shoe is here for you. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. I'll see y'all tomorrow.